Stephanie, and I'm interviewing Mr. Denim, and this is...
I'm Janu Skull.
And I'm Tyler Crane.
And I have a few interview questions for you guys. How did you come up with your band name?
Well, all right. Okay. It was actually a big, kind of a team effort. We had a bunch of our friends kind of pooling ideas together. And we settled on, I think I thought of it, but it took a lot of time to kind of, he didn't like it for like the longest time. But then one of our friends...
Longest time being like maybe like 3 hours.
It was probably like 3 hours. But then eventually our friend convinced him that that's what we should call our band, and I was up for anything really. But
what would you describe your sound as?
So plainly put, we're like folk punk, and he learned how to sing from Andrew Jackson Jihad, specifically Sean, and we kind of play the same instruments as them, and we cover their songs, and pretty much standard folk punk as far as I know.
yeah, we kind of just ripped off Andrew Jackson Jihad. I like to whine a lot.
When did each of you start having an interest in playing music?
You want to go first?
7 years ago. No, just kidding. In like the 5th grade, I wanted to, I think I was enamored with Green Day, those fellas. So I wanted to pick up the bass and kind of play that because my friend told me it was easier than guitar. I was like, oh, I'm all about that. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. And so yeah, I've been playing bass for like 6 years, and then sophomore year of high school, I picked up the guitar, just kind of on a whim. So.
I started playing piano at a young age because I was in church, and I was like, that guy's kind of cool doing the this. So a good choice. And then I did that for 5 or 6 years, and then I did clarinet, and then bass clarinet because that's way more manlier and stuff, and then tenor sax, and then I met this fellow freshman year of high school, and I was like, Tyler, because I had seen him playing bass in our variety show, and I was like, Tyler, do you like bass? He's like, yeah, it's cool. So then I picked up electric bass, and then 2 years after that, I finally picked this up, and then we started a band like 4 months later, and that was a good choice.
Nobody's fault but your own. And whatever amount you paid for your many distractions, well, it was too much. Oh, and at the end of the day, to whatever extent that you hate yourself, it isn't enough. We can no longer afford waiting for someone to let his terrible Swiss sword in our basements. We all look so bored. We've never seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. There will be parties, there will be fun, there'll be some gallows for everyone, and we will all be sleeping easy upon the sinking of the sun. There's only one dream that I keep close, and it's the one of my hand at your throat. somehow, asking where all of your friends now. Hey!
How long has the band been together?
If we're counting our first open mic, maybe, yeah, right around July, before my birthday. It's like 7 months.
Where do you guys usually play at?
Ashbury's, all the time at Ashbury's. Yeah, we started playing, and we did an open mic at Ashbury's for the first time, and people really liked us, and we weren't sure about the response, but like they asked for CDs, and we were like, oh, okay, because we were just covering it. Yeah, we finally got some, but we were covering some Andrew Jackson Jihad songs, and then we just kind of stuck with the band after that. But we always, pretty much at least like once a month nowadays, play at Ashbury's, maybe once every 2 months. But
Why should people come to your shows, and what do you guys have to offer?
Don't give it to me, man. Well, people should come because I think that they're entertaining, and there's, at the very least, when we play at the Ashbury, there's a wide variety of acts, and it's just kids that you know what I mean, like that whether you go to school with them or they're just in the area, like peers, kids in your own age group that you could support them and identify with them on a personal level. Even I think it's a beautiful thing, like what they have going on there. It's a pretty great scene. And as far as Mr. Denim goes, if you really like Andrew Jackson Jihad, you can scream along with us.
I'm pretty sure a few of our fans just come to see the vein that pops out of Tyler's neck when he yells. That's a pretty that's a good attraction.
Your musical influence? Well, that was kind of answered, but
There are more.
All right, so I'm gonna switch real quick
Yeah, let's do it.
because I don't actually play guitar.
We're lying to you. Would you like me to hold it for you?
Okay, for 1 sec. So when I'm under a teacher whose name's I don't know if I should say it, but I'm under a jazz teacher, and for the most part, I play like a lot of jazz, which is why one of our songs, "Worry," is Tyler wrote it based on a 1/4-1/5 pattern, music theory, whatnot. But it's a really jazzy tune, and I kind of like it. So hold this. So like one of the things that I bring to the band that's different is the fact that I can like.
Play an instrument.
No. I have a lot of jazz influence behind me. And if I'm listening, I guess not really bassist, but Rufus Reed is one of the guys that's a cool jazz bassist that I kind of look for. And in other genres, like Jaco Pastorius, the best electric bassist I've ever heard of. But I didn't really like, although Tyler learned how to sing from Sean, singer of Andrew Jackson Jihad, and guitarist, I didn't really learn bass. I didn't really learn folk punk bass. I just kind of learned it from listening to him play with me. So that's pretty much about my level of influence.
Andrew Jackson Jihad was a big one because it was just sort of like attainable. I felt like I could do it, like it was something that I could like put my hands on and like get a hold of, sort of. So that was a big one, and I learned how to sing and play at the same time from playing Andrew Jackson Jihad songs. But in terms of like lyrical content and stuff, there's a lot of Patrick Stickles from Titus Andronicus, and even a little Connor Oberst. I really like him, and Jeff Mangum I like a lot from Nutrimilk Hotel. There are other ones. I have like ran through this list like a billion times just like in preparation for this, but I can't really remember any of the other ones.
how did you guys come together or meet to make a band?
We took the same class freshman year. It was Team Renaissance, and Tyler was. It was not terrible. I enjoyed the class. We had some bad teachers, kind of, but one of the better parts about it was that it was a group of maybe 80 kids in one regular-sized room. So people shared a desk, and you kind of got close to the same group of people. Most of them, like we still know nowadays, and we keep in touch with. But Tyler was in that class, and like back to my story about why I picked up bass. But like he was in that class, and we just kind of stuck being friends, and we kind of saw each other. Continued. Shut up. I'm not English major. Anyway, we kind of stayed being friends, and once I finally got an upright, he wanted to be folk punk. He wanted to cover a song, so we kind of covered "Brave as a Noun." Yeah, brave. Yeah, the like "Brave as a Noun" is pretty much the most popular one as far as I know. That's kind from like once we got the response from the people, and we just kind of stuck with the band because of that.
Do you guys have any singles, EPs, or albums out? And do you have plans on any new recordings?
I can handle this one. Yes and yes. We've got, actually, these are the cases. They're pretty awesome. They turned out incredible. I mean, outside of the music and stuff, they look really nice. The artwork is done by Emily Carl, and they were recorded by Mikey Spiller in Mikey's basement. So we can't really thank them enough. They've done an innumerable amount of things to help us out along the way over the past couple months in terms of like booking shows. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Mikey has been like, he's pretty much given us all our shows and made T-shirts, and yeah, we're really thankful, Mikey.
He's the best. But then we're actually working. A couple of the ones that we played tonight were from an album that we're working on, or full length release, kind of. Yeah. So we're working. They're not all done. We still have some work to do, but we're a good amount of the way in.
And I actually wrote a song for this album because Tyler's written the other 15 songs that we'll have.
What does the songwriting process for you guys usually? How does that go?
That's right. Usually it starts here. These are like little. I work at a deli. So these are little things that we take orders on. Like people call in and they're like, "Hey, I want some lasagna." And we're like, "You got it." So, but I used to wash dishes. I've worked there for like 2 years, and I spent most of my time washing dishes and back. So it's kind of like all on my own time, kind of. So I have a lot of time to just sort of sit, and I just like think to myself mostly. So I only started writing songs for this band. Like I tried it before, and it didn't really turn out very well usually. So. I started first, and then kind of just writing on those things, and then I transcribed like everything I've ever written creatively is in that little black book. So that's pretty much how that goes. And then I set it to chords. I have to sit on them for a while before I take them to Janus, and then we play them we play them.
What does the songwriting process for you guys usually? How does that go?
That's right. Usually it starts here. These are like little. I work at a deli, so these are little things that we take orders on. Like people call in and they're like, "Hey, I want some lasagna." And we're like, "You got it." So, but I used to wash dishes. I've worked there for like 2 years, and I spent most of my time washing dishes and back. So it's kind of like all on my own time, kind of. So I have a lot of time to just sort of sit, and I just like think to myself mostly. So. I only started writing songs for this band. Like I tried it before, and it didn't really turn out very well usually. So I started first, and then kind of just writing on those things, and then I transcribed like everything I've ever written creatively is in that little black book. So that's pretty much how that goes. And then I set it to chords. I have to sit on them for a while before I take them to Janus, and then we play them we play them together, and then release them, I guess.
That process, that's pretty much when Tyler, he'll come up to me one day in school and be like, "I have a song finished," and then we'll have to wait like a week or whatever until we're both free, and then he teaches me his new song while he continues to learn that song, which is always a fun process. And then I just come up with things and hit this, and that works out.
Someone's got a hold of my throat, and I'm screaming, I'm gasping into time will show how much you final words, what a horrible joke, how much to be remembered, and so these things go. Spitting through clenched teeth, I'm biting my tongue, there's a war in my head, but the outsiders won. Why don't I learn to calm down? Why don't I have fun? But these cliches are much sooner said than they're done. Leave me high, leave me dry, leave me trampled. Feed me all the lies that you can. I never learned to be an example, but sure as never learned to be a man. till one lifts a finger, stare God in the face, and ask him why bother. I'll flip him the finger, he'll send me to hell. I'll go down gladly laughing and rot there forever alone.
Who is your dream band to open up for, dead or alive?
Is the obvious answer Jackson Jihad? Yeah. That'd be fun.
If you could play at any venue, where would it be?
I love Lincoln Hall. It's right by the DePaul campus, like on the north side of Chicago, and it's a little place. There's like a restaurant in front with great food, and then in back it's this real tiny venue. It only seats like 160 people or something like that. I mean, standing up, and I saw a Silver Mount Zion there last night, actually. It's pretty awesome. But I've been there a couple times for a bunch of different bands, and it's just like my favorite venue without doubt.
One of the things you guys should know is that I listen to about 3 CDs, and I don't really know about any places where people play music, so I'm glad Tyler answered this question.
If your band was a pizza, what kind of pizza would you guys be?
Terrible.
Burnt and crusty.
What would you describe each band member in one word?
Angry and talented.
Liar. That's no. This fellow is pretty much the talent behind the band, is even though he'll not admit it. That's what I'm looking for. But one word to describe you. He's pretty much just angry all the time. I don't really know. But talented is a lie, so he should be a liar too.
What are some future shows that you guys are playing?
They'll be at the Ashbury, most definitely. But there's one coming up on February 24th that we're not playing, but you should go to anyway, because it's going to be awesome. And Mikey Spiller sets those up, and there's a lot of great bands that are going to be there, 2 of which I know personally, and they're cool guys. So I don't know about any. Yeah, to be honest with you, I have no idea, but there will be some in the future.
Once we pretty much finish the CD, we'll try to play a few more shows, but we're kind of 3/4 of the way into finishing that. We kind of want to do that right now. So, plus we've just played a lot of shows, so that kind of changes that too.
What are some favorite songs of your guys' work?
Oh, like songs that we wrote that we like?
I don't
Okay.
remember.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's a weird one. But do you want to go first? I'd have to think about it.
So, I don't remember the name of this, but I like the one where I get it's like...
That one's called Potty Mouth. I think that's a good one too. Potty Mouth and Little Sheets of Paper, that are ones that we just wrote. They're not on our EP, but they will be coming out in the future. And I think those are 2, that I like really. I just like playing them, and I like, as a complete entity, I think that they turned out better than some of the other ones.
I started smoking last week for fun, and I don't think that it's quite hit me. What a battle I've begun. I suck cancer through my lips and blow it out again into the space that you are in. I don't think that this anger will amount to anything. Right now it's just words on paper, and then I'll scream them at a microphone to a bunch of people I convinced to listen.